This is how teachers used to give students feedback. Text-based feedback assumes students know how to interact with technology and the feedback. Comments are often confusing and need clarification to be used where video does not. Then we tried audio feedback. Audio feedback is not accessible to students with hearing impairments or those who struggle with processing spoken information. Audio feedback can also be harder to reference as students might need to listen to the whole recording to find specific points. Then came video. Research indicates that students retain 95% of message when watching a video compared to just 10% while reading text. This highlights the transformative power of multimodal feedback, which allows for a richer, more personalised and purposeful learning experience that bridges the gap between instructor intent and student comprehension.
Multimodal assessment feedback is really where we're using video or screencasting of whatever's on your computer screen, giving a personalised response to the student's work. Gives them more detail, gives a far more warmth and understanding through what you're saying about the qualities of their work and how that can improve.
The visual and verbal cues in video feedback can convey an instructor's message clearly, strengthening the relationship between students and instructors and fostering a greater student engagement with the feedback.
The simplest way to do multimodal feedback is to simply record a video of yourself talking about the student's work.
Here we see a student's design work displayed on screen within Microsoft Teams, while the teacher in the bottom left corner provides annotations along with written and verbal cues for feedback.
We found from our own work practices it's much faster for us to be recording multimodal feedback than providing written feedback. I can say an awful lot more in 5 minutes than I can write in 5 minutes. I can provide much more detailed, much richer and much more personalised feedback to a student in a much shorter period of time than I can by writing that same feedback.
Multimodal feedback is an efficient and user-friendly alternative to traditional or even automated feedback methods. Multimodal feedback boosts engagement, and the University of British Columbia found that students who received video feedback were 72% more likely to engage with and revisit the feedback compared to those who received text-based comments only.
One of the great things about this multimodal feedback is the separation of the mark and the feedback, and the engagement that students have with this different presentation of information to them.
Students will see their mark, they'll see a short comment from us that we've written in saying, congratulations on getting this assignment completed. Please look at the video that's attached for your feedback. Then they open that up and the video is all about how to strengthen their work, and it's not really trying to prove their mark, and it's not being in any kind of way trying to detail why they got that mark as such. It's all about feedback, about their performance and how to look forwards and improve their work.
Multimodal feedback is crucial for personalised student support, particularly when working in online environments, so the visual and auditory elements make feedback more timely and engaging. So multimodal feedback can help facilitate the achievement of learning outcomes and objectives by offering tailored responses to address individual needs and strengths. Despite multimodal feedback revolutionising education and offering a more efficient, personalised and data-driven approach to assessment, though, we see that digital inequalities still exist. Technical issues. Students with unreliable internet access or outdated devices may experience delays in receiving that feedback from instructors or peers, and making it difficult to incorporate that feedback into their learning process in a timely manner. This can hinder their ability to adjust their approaches and improve their performance promptly. File compatibility, playback problems or software malfunctions can hinder students' ability to view or interact with video feedback efficiently and effectively. For example, students with limited internet bandwidth or slower devices may struggle to access or view high-quality video feedback. Accessibility issues. Some students may not be able to access or engage with video feedback due to disabilities or due to inadequate technology. Lack of real-time feedback. Unlike live feedback, Recorded videos cannot access immediate questions or provide instant clarification, which can lead to misunderstandings or delays in resolving issues. Without the ability to interact in real time, feedback may not always address specific individual needs or immediate concerns as effectively as a live session would. There are also some less common inequalities in educational opportunities involving inclusivity and immediacy. For example, not all students have equal opportunities to apply feedback. Disparities in access to resources, guidance, and formative assessments can lead to unequal learning outcomes, widening performance gaps. However, to enhance feedback quality, video feedback needs to include effective interaction which conveys emotions, builds rapport, and provides emotional support. Furthermore, strategies need to be considered to close the apparent learning gap between understanding feedback and being able to apply or develop what students understand by that feedback. When students are provided with multiple opportunities to practice applying feedback, preferably through formative assessments, they'll continue to develop and reinforce the relationship between feedback and performance. Multimodal feedback can be made more digitally equitable and accessible by separating recordings from marks, providing real-time feedback during formative assessments and also formative activities, keeping recording durations to a minimum, and using captions or transcripts and timestamps as guides. And as demonstrated, using text, annotations, audio, and visual cues. So artificial intelligence and machine learning are expected to play a more significant role in personalising feedback for learners, providing tailored solutions to specific needs and learning styles. Virtual and augmented reality will not only provide more real-time context-specific feedback, but personalised feedback is targeted and differentiated. For example, an aeronautical student could receive immediate feedback on their technique during an assessment, allowing for instant corrections and a more hands-on learning experience. The use of learning analytics is also expected to grow, providing educators with deeper insights into student performance. By tracking and analysing student interactions with course materials, educators can offer more targeted feedback. So multimodal feedback is revolutionising education by combining audio and visual cues to improve clarity, boost engagement, and strengthen student-instructor relationships. Multimodal approaches offer a more personalised and efficient feedback solution. It's now up to us to ensure AI, virtual reality, and learning analytics enhance feedback even further. So the next time you create feedback for your students, consider using a multimodal feedback approach and ensure you maintain that personal touch.